Greetings from the apocalypse. This is day 3 of making tubing. So far, we have our little tubing blank. Sides are nice and parallel. Draw dog is cut on the top. And today I'm going to show you basically how to get the sides together. We're going to anneal it first, let it cool a little bit. Just like with back sheet that you're trying to get flat, I usually don't take something like this, anneal it, and like quench it immediately. Because I'm sure you've noticed with back sheet that you're trying to get nice and flat, if you anneal it and throw it right in the water, it tends to warp and it's harder to get it flat. And tubing, we don't want it flat, but we do want it to curve in like a nice even way. So just as a hint, let it cool instead of popping it right in the water when you anneal it. So some of this happens at home today, and the rest of it will probably happen at the studio at Jewelry Arts, because that's where I have all of my big draw plates to pull tubing. So here's the tubing blank. I've annealed it and let it cool. And here it is, ready to be bent. Now, you would think that our next step would be to start pulling it through the draw plate. And we will after this. But what I find is if you start pulling through the draw plate immediately without sort of starting the curve on this, sometimes the curve gets a little wonky and it goes through in a way, you know, kind of not what you want, not nice and even. So I'm working on top of a swaging block, which is a wood block for bending things. This is another one of the tools that's on my list that we're making, because we've had these made for us for years and years. They're very handy, but there's none that we really like on the market, but at some point we'll do that. In the meantime, obviously, if you don't have a swaging block, just work on top of a folded up towel or something. The only thing that you're really trying to do at this point is just make sure not to put like a big ding or something in your tubing. Since tubing is generally kind of thin, et cetera, you know, you don't want to like put marks in there that eventually aren't really going to come out, and then you'll just have to saw them out of your tube and you won't be able to use that section, which is not ideal. So just to start the curve, I'm literally just going to take a largish dowel. It really doesn't matter particularly what size. You just want something relatively big because you're using it just to start the curve. And now I'm working in fine silver here, right? Which is pretty much quite easy to shape. So I'm gonna really just start with my fingers. If you were using sterling or something a little tougher, you'd probably wanna use like a leather mallet, something that's hard enough to move the metal, but not to leave marks. So here it is, watch closely, squish with my fingers to really just start the curve. Now, another thing that I like to do, I'll flip this around a little bit, is I take a dowel and I run it down the side so that I know that the edges, you see what I'm saying, so that it's really smooth and there's no little funky things going on. Funky in this sense being a pejorative term. Okay, so you hold it here and you just run the dowel along it like that. You see what I mean? That way it's nice and smooth. And when I start pulling this through the draw plate, I'll get a nice even curve. So, I mean, I can also go down now a little further if I want, like I can go down to some smaller dowels. Honestly, probably just doing it once is enough for our purposes, but squish with our fingers and then run a dowel down the side to make sure that's nice and smooth. And I'll show you later on, once our tube is almost done, I use this pretty much the same method, using a dowel to make sure the seam is together nice and tight. So there it is. All I've done is make sure I've got a nice smooth curve started out, and that way when I start pulling through the draw plate, I'm not gonna get any weird things happening. Okay, so tomorrow, we pull the tubing through the draw plate. That's it for now.